This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, welcome back. So we're going to proceed with the fifth part. Until last part, right, we discussed about what is a cloud as well as different differences between IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. And I also on the part 3, I explained about what are AWS regions and availability zones. And in the part 4, right, we discussed about what exactly is a VPC and how exactly a VPC works at the theoretical level, right? So in this session, my plan is to deploy a VPC, AWS Virtual Private Cloud practically. This is completely practical lab. So we're just going to discuss what we did in part 4. In part 4, we just had a theoretical overview about how exactly AWS VPC works and what exactly is a VPC. In this one, I'm going to deploy everything and show you as much as possible. And once the deployment is done in the part 5, we're going to test the VPCs in part 6, like deploying of machines and everything. Okay, so let's move. Let's do it. So in this session, right, I'm planning to do okay, right now I'm in North Virginia, right? If I go to VPC, right, by default, right, you won't see any. You should see only one VPC, which is given by AWS by default actually. But in my case, if you see in North Virginia, I was using this quite a while, and if I go to the VPCs, you should be able to see like somewhere like 4 VPCs. This is, it won't look like this by default. Okay, that is the reason. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select a different region. Let me select US West actually. So I want to show you how exactly the default looks like. Default VPC window looks like. From there, we're going to deploy what is the necessary things. Okay, so I went to US West 2. So you see in US West 2, let's see what exactly will be there by default. Even in your case, when you're starting the AWS very new, right? So if you go there, you should see only one VPC. So the one strange thing you can notice is, see the VPC ID here, it is actually VPC hyphen. It should be like 7 to 8 characters. If I count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me tell you, in any scenario or any documentation you are verifying, any screenshots, right? If you're doing some Google search on some issue, or if you are trying to learn about VPC, sometimes you will see this one, right? The the numbers is little larger when compared to this one. So what you need to understand is, if you are seeing a smaller VPC number here, that means it is actually created a while back actually. But if I go here and try to, if you try to open US East to North Virginia, actually, you should see the current VPCs, right? When you create it, you should get like 11 to 12 characters actually. So let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. If I go to the US East one, right, with the VPC window, so the latest VPCs which you are creating, you are getting something like this. Okay, what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 characters. Okay, so but the old ones used to be like this. So I think in the mid of last year, I think though they have changed completely to a larger number of characters. So if whatever the VPCs you have creating, right, by default you will get this big, because these are all created recently. But whatever the default, right, in olden days, like a couple of years back, right, the VPC the size of the VPC ID will be something like this. Okay, now if you see, this is a default VPC. We're not going to use it, by the way. I want to give you an overview. This is a default VPC, and along with the VPC, right, you should see it is using some subnets, 172.31 subnet. So we need to use only the private subnets. I'll try to take a different class for IP addressing, a limited class, so that you understand how IP address works. And with the default VPC, there will be also some subnets. If I go to subnets, here you should see some subnets. By default, you see only one VPC ID, you have 4 subnets. You also will have routing tables. If you see here, one routing table, and you also will have an internet gateway, and you also will have, I think, that's it. And you also should have a security group as well by default. Now, my plan is I'm going to delete this default VPC. Is it possible? Yes, definitely possible. If I select it, I can go here and delete a VPC, and you should get a warning saying that one, are you sure you want to delete the VPC? Deleting a VPC also deletes all these things, and it is clearly asking your permission. I acknowledge that I want to delete my default VPC. So delete it. Will it cause any issues? It won't cause any issues. Please don't worry. we can always recreate it. So I click on delete, and it will be deleting everything which is part of that VPC. If you see, it's get deleted. So obviously, what are all the subnets which are part of this VPC, right? It will be, everything will be routing tables, security groups, whatever I said, right? They are all actually deleted. Okay. Now if somebody says that, okay, there is an issue, there is no issue, you can always go ahead and click on create a default VPC. If you click on this one, click on create, you will get back the default VPC. Now just imagine, see this one right now, the one I have created recently. I mean, this is a new VPC, right? New default VPC, and see the VPC ID. Earlier it was only 8 characters, now it is 18 characters. Okay. Anyway, I'm planning to delete it again. When you create the default VPC again, you will get back your subnets. Okay. Now I'm going to delete it again. So you can ask me, like, what is the use case of having a default VPC? Why exactly we even have this VPC? Now imagine if a person is very much new to the AWS cloud, he really don't know how VPC works, how subnet works and everything. So so to make things easier, AWS will give you this VPC. Apart from that, there are some tools actually. If you execute the tools, for example, one of the tool is Terraform, for example. One is the tool is Terraform. So this Terraform is nothing but you can use this tool to deploy the infrastructure like VPC machines and everything in AWS or different cloud. So if you don't provide any VPC details when you're executing the script, right, by default, not only this, any application which you're dealing with AWS, right, if you don't specifically mention this is the VPC you want to deploy, it will by default assumes you are going to deploy in the default VPC. So what are the advantages of having a default VPC? If you don't know anything about AWS, that will be helpful for you. You don't need to go through the hassle of creating a VPCs. Or if you are using some tools, right, by default they'll deploy in the default VPC. Okay, and there is no harm in deleting a default VPC. So I'm going to delete that. So I'm going to acknowledge it and I'm going to delete it. Okay. Okay, coming to the next. So what are the steps we need to follow in order to deploy a VPC? Okay, now I'm going to draft the steps and I'm going to execute the scripts. Execute the steps and show you how a VPC is created, and later point we're going to test it in the next part. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to open a notepad. So I'm going to give a name as steps to deploy AWS VPC. First important thing is decide which IP range you need to use. Okay, now in order to create a VPC, if I go here create a VPC, it will definitely ask you what is the name of the VPC, as well as it's going to ask you the IPv4 CIDR block, classless interdomain routing. So it is nothing but it is ask you to the address range, what is address range. Now the thing is AWS supports the address range between /16 to /28. So don't worry about /16, 28, everything. If you really know about the networking, this is nothing. It will be easy, you will understand. If you don't know anything, I'm planning to take one more session on the subnetting, so that you can refer to that video. So right now what you need to understand is so AWS supports from /16 to /28. Okay, let me have some water. Okay. Now first is you need to decide on the range. So for this testing purposes, I'm going to use something like this 10.1.0.0/16. Okay, now imagine this is called as actually an address space of a VPC. So imagine something like a zip code. Okay, so imagine if you go to there is a zip code of a city, right? So inside the city there will be a lot of streets and a lot of areas, right? So just imagine this is the actual zip code of a VPC. So VPC, so whatever you put inside this VPC should start with this 10.1. So this is called as main address space, or simply address space. Once you create that, next is there is no value by simply creating a VPC. You need to have a subnets in that one. So I'll say that create 3 subnets, one in each availability zone. So I'm going to give something like this. Okay, I'm going to give like and also IP range to use, and also give it a name, any name. Yeah, give it a name. Now subnets, I'm going to say that this is like my AWS training. The VPC name is AWS training, for example. I'm going to give the name of the VPC is AWS training. So obviously here I'm going to give a name as AWS subnet 1, and I'm going to give a subnet as 10.1.1.0/24. You can also start from 10.1.0.0/24. Just to avoid this confusions, I'm going to give subnet to 10.1.2.0/24, and third one will is AWS subnet 3, which is 10.1.3.0/24. Now here is the interesting part. Okay, you're going to create this in availability zone 1, 2, and 3. If I go here, right now I'm in US West, right? Let me see how many availability zones I have in US West 2. So what I'll do, I'll open the EC2. If I go to the EC2 console, in the EC2 dashboard, it should show me what are all the availability zones, because I know that US East 1, which is North Virginia, has 6, Ohio is 3, California has 3, but I am really not sure how many availability zones I have in US West 2. Okay, if I come down, I have 4. If you see that, 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, but I just need three availability zones. Okay, so my plan is I'm going to put it each subnet in one availability. So I'm going to copy something like this. I'm going to copy US West -2A, and the next one comes like this, that's 2B, and the final one will be 2C. Okay, this is the plan. So one VPC in US West 2 Oregon region. Inside that one we'll have 3 subnets, and third step will be create a internet gateway and attach it to VPC. We're going to discuss this, don't worry. What exactly is the internet gateway? We're going to discuss it. And I'm going to give a name as name is equal to AWS training -IGW, which is means internet gateway. Okay. Fourth one is create a routing table. Okay, create a routing table with name. Okay, AWS training RT, routing table. Let me tell you, when you create a VPC, by default you will get a routing table. We're not going to use it because the point is you need to learn, you need to practice. That's why we're going to create a routing table and assign all the 3 subnets to it, and add the route towards the internet gateway. Okay, I'm going to explain, don't worry. Yeah, fifth step is, okay, and create a security group and allow all traffic. Now I just got an idea. Let's do one thing. Let's do 2 VPCs actually. I'm going to create AWS training 1 and AWS training 2. Just that will be a very good example, like it will be a good experience for you. So what I'm going to do is AWS training 1, I'm going to give the address range as this, and AWS training 2, I'm going to give address range as 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, similarly I'm going to create 3 subnets. Okay, this will be like AWS 1, and I'm going to create 3 more subnets, something like this. So I'm going to give AWS 2 here, AWS 2 subnet 2 2 2, and I'm going to give 192.168. So I'm going to copy something like this here. Copy. These are the 3 subnets which I'm going to 192.3.0/24. Okay, very good. And also you need to have AWS training 1 gateway and The reason I'm deploying two is in the next part, right? I'm going to place in two different servers in two different VPCs and test the communication. So see in the last part, right, which is part 4, I told you I told you like we're going to use the VPCs for the security purpose, and I clearly told you, right, if I put two different servers in different VPCs, they can't communicate among themselves. So I need to prove it for you, right? So I'm going to do that. So create a routing table, AWS training 1 and AWS training 2. Yes, I know it's a big job. We're going to do it very fast, so no worries. Assign all the three subnets and add the route to gateway. Okay, and create two security groups. And allow traffic, one for AWS training 1, other for AWS training 2. So let's do this all the 5 steps. Okay, after that we go to the next part. Okay, first this is how we're going to do. First we're going to do everything for the first VPC AWS training 1, and we repeat all the steps for AWS training 2. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to go here, go to the VPC. How exactly? You're going to services and you're going to talk to you're going to click on here network and content delivery. You're going to click on VPC, so it will open. Let's see. Okay, it's opening. So you see VPCs are 0 by default. In your case you will see one VPC, which is a default VPC, which you can be deleted, which I showed it in the starting of this lesson, right? Okay, I'll go to your VPCs and I start creating VPC1. So I'm going to click on create a VPC, and it is asking for the name tag. You can always change the name tag by the way, so don't worry about that. I'm going to give AWS training 1. Okay, and IP address block, I just told you we're going to use 10.1.0.0/16. Imagine if I give, it will take it. If I give 15, it will give an error. See, invalid. If I give 29, it will also give an error. It is saying that block sizes will be between /16 and 25. Giving it 16, it will give you like 65,000 IP addresses for this, approximately 65,000 IP addresses for this VPC. Sorry. How do I know that? So I'll go to Subnet Calculator. Subnet Calculator. If I go here, many network people use this calculator. Even how good you are with networking, still it is always recommended use the calculator just to be on the safer side. Okay, not this one. Where is this one? Yeah, I think online IP subnet calculator. Oh, come on. The DNS issue, that's why. Yeah. Okay, so what is the IP address I'm planning to give? I'm going to give class A because 10 dot comes in class A. I'm going to give 10.1.0.0 and /16 here is 16. So if you see class 16, right, so you can see like it approximately you're going to get something like host per subnet. You can have maximum of 65,535 IP addresses. So that's why. So that means if you select /16 for your VPC, that means this VPC can go up to approximately 65,000 IP addresses. Okay, don't worry about this tenancy and everything. Just give the defaults, just give the name as well as the CIDR block, which is your address range, and create. So done. A VPC is created and you have the VPC ID itself. So click on close. Now let me try to ask something like, okay, VPC is created. Which availability zone it is created? I know that it is created in Oregon, which is US West 2. I can see that one. I agree on that one. But my question is in which availability zone? Because I can clearly say that one here the US West 2 has 4 availability zones, right? In which availability zone your VPC is created? The answer is no availability zone. It's actually right now this VPC has 0 value. Because what exactly happened? Let me create a diagram for you, and I'm going to take this as a VPC. Okay, now what you did was you just created a VPC. The name of the VPC, or let's do one thing. Let me take this as a US West 2 region. US West -2 region. Now you have created a VPC. Before that, you know that US West 2, how many availability zones are there? You have something like 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D, which are 4 availability zones, right? I'm going to draw this here. Yeah, I'm going to take a different color and I'm going to draw something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so imagine these 4 are 4 availability zones. So what I'm going to name it as US hyphen West hyphen 2A, 2B, 2C, and finally you have 2D. Okay, now I have 4 availability zones. Now you have just created a VPC, right? What is the name of the VPC? You have created a VPC called as AWS training 1, right? So where exactly this is created? This VPC has created nowhere. Just it is actually showing there is a VPC and it is having an address space of 10.1.0.0.0/16, but it does not have any sort of value. So along with this VPC, it is by default created for you a routing table here, and it's also created a security group. We are not going to use that one, by the way. I'm going to create again, but I just want to tell you by default they are created. Now the point here is just a VPC don't have any sort of value. Okay, there is no value. So now why? Okay, let me show you. I'll go to the EC2 here. I'm going to launch an instance. Okay, means I'm trying to create a server. I'm going to select Amazon Linux and T2 micro. Anyway, we're not going to go further actually, but see, it is showing the VPC. The one we have created, AWS training, is here. But the problem is there is no subnets. That means a VPC without subnets has no value. That means next step is I need to create the subnets. That's why at the step 2, I said create 3 subnets, 1 in each availability zone. Now coming back, if somebody questions you, I have created, if you go for an interview or something, somebody questions, I create a VPC, which availability zone it is created? The answer is it does not have any availability zone unless you create a subnet. So what exactly is subnet? Subnet is nothing but dividing this VPC into multiple networks. Right now 10.1.00/16 will give you 65,000 IPs. Now we need to divide this IPs. You can imagine this is a big building. Okay, the VPC is a big building. We're going to divide into floors. Each floor is a subnet. Okay, so I'm coming to the subnet here. So I'm going to click on create a subnet, and the name tag which I'm going to give it here is, as I specified earlier, AWS1 hyphen subnet 1. So I'm going to copy and paste it here, and I'm going to select our VPC. Then it will show the IP range. Now this is the important point. Now you need to choose your availability zone. You can see like 4, 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D. I'm going to select 2A. Okay, I'm going to select 2A, and I'm going to give a address range 10.1.1.0/24. See, 10.1.1.0/24. What is /16 and what is /24? See, /24 is a part of /16. Similarly, 1.0/24, 2.0/24, 3.0/24. In order to understand this, you need to understand the subnetting. If you get a possibility, try to search for subnetting videos. It will be helpful for you. Otherwise, I have a plan to create one video. I'll upload shortly. Okay. Now, this is the first subnet I'm creating in US East 2A, right? Now click on create. Now the subnet is created. Now you have a VPC here. Inside the VPC, you have one subnet. This is the VPC, and you have one subnet which has been created. And where exactly it is created? If you go right, it is created on US West 2A. What exactly this means is, that means you created a VPC, and right now that VPC is in first availability zone. Now in the similar way, I want this VPC should be in 2B as well as in 2C. If you want also, you can go for 2D as well. I just limiting to 2B and 2C. How we can do that? Right now it is in 2A only. My VPC is available in 2A only. I can put all my servers in this one. The problem is if this availability zone goes down, because it's a data center, right? That's what I told you in regions and availability zones classes. I said each availability zone is a data center. If that goes down, all your servers will go down, all your applications will go down. How can I protect against that? Right? So my plan is to extend my VPC from 2B and 2C. How I'm going to do that? I can do that by creating additional subnets. So what I'm going to do, this is subnet 1, right? This is subnet 1. Let me tell you, once the subnet was being used, subnet range was being used inside a VPC, you can't duplicate it. Even it might be different availability zone as well. That means if I create a subnet and I'm going to give a name as AWS 1 subnet 2, okay, and I'm going to select the VPC, and let me show you, if you select 2B, but if you give the same range, right, just like subnet 1/24, it will immediately give you the error saying that the address block overlaps with the existing subnet. Here the point is, I already told you all these availability zones, right? All these availability zones by default, they are connected to each other, right? I clearly told you in the availability zones and the regions class, all these availability zones are connected to each other. So what will happen, that is the reason, if you create a subnet here using 10.1.1.0/24, you cannot use the same range in the other one because it's become a duplicate, because these are all connected to each other. So at any circumstances, it is highly impossible and it's not at all possible to create a same subnet again inside a VPC. You can create in a different VPC, by the way. Okay, you can create in a different VPC, but not here. So I'm going to say 2.0/ it will accept. See, done. So I have two subnets, one in US West 2A and 2B. That means your VPC was being extended to 2B, right? Now I'm going to create the third subnet, right? AWS subnet 3. Create a subnet, copy the subnet 3, paste it here, select the VPC and select US East 2C and place your CIDR block here, which is actually US 10.1.3.0. Okay, and create the subnet. Now I have three subnets in three different availability zones. Now you have just extended your VPC to US West 2C as well. That means your VPC right now available in three different availability zones. Now some people might have a question like this: is it really mandatory you put only one subnet in each availability zone? No, it's not mandatory. I just want to show you how to extend your VPC between the availability zones. Let me tell you, I'm going to create one more subnet. It's not required, but I want to show you. I'm going to say that one, I'm going to copy the name, but I'm going to use AWS subnet 4 actually. You can give the same name also. Name has nothing to do, it's only the range. I'm going to select US East 2A, sorry, US West 2A, and I'm going to give the IP 10.1. You can't give the same. You can't give 1.0/24, it is already used. You can't give 2.0 because it's already is created. You can't create 3 also because it is also used. So you can use 4.0. But the point is, here you are selecting 2A and create. So what exactly this is proving is, yes, if you see the first one and fourth one are in, okay, let me, why it's not moving. Anyway, I'm going to do like this. So what I'm trying to say is, if you see, where is the, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, 1 and 4, right? 1 and 4 are actually on the US is 2A as well as 2A 2A. So that means you can create multiple subnets in the same availability zone, and you can also distribute the important best practice. You need to distribute your subnets among the availability zones. So what will happen, since we have extended our our subnets or our VPC between the regions, so what will happen, let me do, I'm going to extend this to 4D as well. Now important point is, imagine if I want to send this 10.1.4.0 to 2A, you can't really right click and move it to 2D. Actually, it's not possible. The only way is you need to right click, delete the subnet, and then recreate in the appropriate zone. Okay, you can't simply move a subnet from one availability zone to another availability zones. Okay, you need to delete it. So I'm going to create, it's not there in the here, but I just update it. I'm going to copy this, so I'm going to paste it here. This one is subnet 4 and it is 4.0, and I'm going to put in D. That means, simply put, it is extended to 4 availability. So that means right now the VPC, which is named as AWS1 training 1, AWS training -1, right now in 4 availability zones. Okay, without the creation of the subnets, there is no value for your VPC. Let me move this a little left. Okay, next step. Okay, we have created the second step is done. We have created the 4 subnets. Next is create an internet gateway and attach it to the VPC. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to put a diagram so you'll understand. So every VPC, right, it should have an internet gateway. What exactly is internet gateway? Internet gateway is similar to your wireless router in your home. Imagine you want to connect to the internet. So if you order internet, right, from AT&T or Airtel or BT, whatever, wherever the place you are staying, so if you get a cable, you really think you can directly connect? No, right? We need to have a modem, right? Wireless modem, wireless router, something should be there which will be making to connect you to the internet, right? Here in this case it is called as internet gateway. I'm going to call it as internet gateway IGW. Now the important thing is, every VPC, if the machines inside, imagine I'm going to put some servers here. Okay, I'm going to put some servers here, some VMs here. Okay, see, inside the VPC they can communicate among themselves. There is no issue. What I'm trying to say is they can communicate like this. They can communicate each other, no issues. But imagine that if they want to reach out to Google is not there inside the VPC, right? Obviously Google is there in outside, right? Here it's there in the internet. It's in the internet. Now if the servers inside the VPC want to communicate with the outside, it should go through internet gateway, and traffic comes from the internet gateway. So outbound and inbound both happens from the internet gateway. Internet gateway is similar to your main gate of your building or your home. Whoever want to go out of your building, you should go through the main gate. Whoever want to come inside your home, you should come from the gate, or you can consider as a main door. Okay, so, and the important thing is, you can have each VPC can only have one internet gateway. There are different gateways, internet gateway, NAT gateway, a lot of other gateways, but each VPC can have only one internet gateway. How to do that? So I'm going to internet gateways here. I'm going to click on create a gateway, and I'm going to name it as I just told you, right? So here I'm going to take internet gateway and put it here and create the gateway. Close. Okay, now you're going to attach this gateway, attach to VPC, and I'm going to attach it, and I'm going to click on attach. Okay, so step 3 is done. Okay, next we need to go to the step 4. Let's do one thing. This video will become already higher. It went more than 30 minutes. Let's meet up in the next video, and we're going to do the rest of things. So I'm going to say this one, this next video, I'm going to name it like this. Okay, deploying multiple VPCs with all options, part 1. Okay, or episode 1. Episode 1, and the other next one is part 6 will be episode 2. This is I'm going to name it like this, 6, and next one is 7. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Let's meet up in the next video, and we'll do the remaining steps in the next video. Bye guys.